Hello students, welcome to the fourth lecture on the lecture series on simple interest. So in this lecture what we will be doing is we will be covering some previous year questions. So previously what we have done, we have covered all the concepts and types of problems and we have done some exercise problems. Okay, so in this lecture we will be covering the previous year questions. So let's continue. So this is the fourth part in this lecture series and we will be covering previous year questions. Okay, so let's see the first question. Okay, so on a certain sum, the difference between the compound interest and simple interest is 10% per annum. Okay, so here the difference is between the compound interest minus and simple interest. So it will be CI minus SI, right? That is equal to interest at 10% annum. So the interest rate is I is equal to 10% for both CI and SI, right? For all these two type of interest rates. Okay, so for 2 years and T is given as 2. Okay, so given the difference is 250, so this is equal to 250. Okay, for 2 years with this kind of interest rate. So it asks us that the sum is what? Okay, so let's calculate. Okay, whether it is 25,000, 25,450, 26,550 or 26,000. Okay, so this question has been appeared in SSC Sub Inspector 2022 paper. Okay, so let's continue. So what we are given is SI. Okay, sorry, difference between CI and SI. So SI formula is equal to PRT by 100, right? When R is given in percentage form, and CI is equal to what? P into 1 plus R in percentage whole power T minus P. So in decimal form it will be what? In decimal form it will be by 100, right? So this is equal to, in decimal form it will be PRT. Okay, this is in percentage. Okay, so PRT. So what we are given is, we are given that P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power T minus P whole minus PRT is equal to what? 250. Okay, so you can take common P out, right? So P whole into 1 plus R by 100. R is given as here what? 10, right? 10 by 100 whole power for 2 years, right? So 2 minus 1. Okay, this much minus RT, PRT. Okay, so this will be equal to what? This will be equal to P into, so it will be what? 1.1, right? So 1.1 square, 1.1 whole square minus 1 whole minus PRT. Okay, so P is unknown here and R is what? 10 and T is equal to 2. So this is equal to, so 10 in decimal form will be 0.1, right? P into 0.1 into this one. So this is equal to P into 0.21 minus 0.2, right? So this is equal to 0.01 P, right? So this is given as 250, right? So this implies that P is equal to 250 by 0.01 is equal to what? So it will be 25 0 into 100, right? Is equal to nothing but 25k, that is 25,000, sorry. Okay, so 25,000, that is option number C is the only correct option here. These are all wrong answers, B, A and D. Okay, so here let's cover it again in a shorter way. So what we are given is the difference between compound interest and simple interest. So CI is given by this formula, right? And SI is given by this formula, and their difference is given as 250. So what we do, we minus what? SI from the CI, okay, in formula terms. So after what, doing the subtraction, what we are left with is this P into 1 by 1 plus R by 100 power T minus P minus PRT. Okay, this is equal to 250 is given to us. Okay, so P into 1 plus 10 by 100, because R is equal to 10, and decimal form it will be what? 0.01. Okay, so this is in percentage form, this will be this. If it is in decimal form, it will be what? 1 plus R. directly. Okay, this is in R in percentage. Okay, this is in percentage form, and this is in decimal form. In decimal form, it will be what? It will be equal to P into 1 plus R power T minus P. Okay, this will be the formula when R is in decimal form. Okay, then what we did was we did simple arithmetic operations, and what we are left with is 0.01 into P is equal to 250. So solving it, P is equal to 250 into 100 is equal to 25k, that is equal to 25,000. Okay, so let's go forward with the step-by-step solution, or let's go forward to the next question. Okay, here you can see that the difference between SI and CI is equal to L is equal to 250. Okay, by the previously discussed shortcut method. Okay, but I'll prefer to go for the formal solution method, because in this there will be no confusion. Okay, for shorter tricks there are different for different scenarios of questions, so it is better to go or stick with the formal solutions. Okay, so this is the formal solution. So let's see problem number 2. Okay, so given that 2500, okay, 2500 is the amount. So when it is invested for 8 years, okay, so this is the principal amount, right? It is invested for 8 years, so time period. So given rate of simple interest per year is amounted to what? Given a rate of simple interest per year. Okay, so let I is equal to X%, right? So this amounts to 3725. Okay, so the profit is equal to, profit or interest is equal to interest amount is equal to what? 3725 minus 2000, right, is equal to 1225. Okay, this much amount. Then what was the rate of simple interest that was paid per annum? Okay, so if it is paid per annum, but in this case, so what we are given is, we are given a principal amount of 2500. So it is invested for 8 years, and the amount sums up to 3725. Okay, so simple interest is equal to what? SI is equal to PRT by 100 when R is in percentage. So P and amount is equal to what? P plus SI, right? So let's use the formula and solve it down. So given that SI is equal to what? 1225. Okay, so this much is equal to PRT. Okay, P is 2500 into R is not given, so let it be R, and T is equal to 8, right? This much by 100. So cancelling these two zeros out from here, so R is equal to 1225 by 8 into 25, right? So this is equal to, this will be approximately, but so this will be, I think, 49. Okay, so okay, this will be 49, and this will be just above 6%, right? So it will be this much amount, because if we divide it by 2, it will be 24.5, and this will be 4. Okay, so it will be 6.125%. Okay, so option number B, that is 6.125%, will be the correct option. So this question has been appeared in SSC CGL 2022 paper. Okay, so we have seen here that the correct answer will be 6.125%. Okay, so we have used this formula, that is SI is equal to PRT by 100, and solving it further down, what we are left with is SI is equal to 200 into R. SI is what? 1225, right? This implies that 1225 is equal to 200 R. So this implies that R is equal to 1225 by 200. Okay, so amount is equal to P plus SI, that is equal to 3725 minus is equal to 2500 plus 200 R. So it will be what? 1225 by this much, that is equal to, this was what we have left written here is 8 into 25. 8 into 25 is nothing but 200, right? So this is where we have come together. So both the methods are same. So the correct and final answer is 6.125. Okay. So let's see problem number 3. A certain sum is deposited for 4 years, okay, at a rate of 10% per annum on compound interest compounded annually. Okay, so the compound interest is compounded annually. Okay, so the difference between the interest at the end of 2 years and that at the end of 4 years is 5082. Okay, then find the sum in rupees. So this question has been appeared in SSC serial 2021-22 paper. Okay, whether it is 20,000 or 25,500 or 50,820 or 10,164. Okay, let's see which among these four is actually the correct answer. Okay, so we know that the successive interest rate of A and B percent is equal to, so successive interest rate A percent and B percent is equal to what? A plus B plus AB whole by 100. Okay, this much percent, right? So successive interest rate for 2 years will be for 10, that is compounded annually. It will be for 2 years. It will be 10%. Okay, plus 110. Okay, so 10 by, so 10% of 110, right? So it will be 11% is equal to what? 21%, right? And for 4 years it will be what? So 21%, okay, plus 10% of 1 to 1, that is equal to 21%. For 3 years this will be this much. Okay, so it will be what? Plus 12.1, right? So it will be this much percent. So this will be 33.1% for 3 years. So for 4 years it will be equal to 13. Okay, it will be what? 10% of 133.1. So this is equal to what? This will be equal to 46.41 percentage, right? So what we are given is there the difference between the interest rate at the end of 2 years and 4 years. Okay, so given that 46.41% minus 21% is equal to 5082. So this implies that 25.41% is equal to 5082, right? So this implies that 1% is equal to what? 200. So this implies that 100% is equal to 20,000, right? So 20,000 will be the correct answer. So the only correct answer here is A. Okay, so B, C and D, these are all wrong answers. So A is equal to 20,000 is the correct answer. Okay, so let's see problem number 3. So at the end of the second year, the interest, compound interest was this much, that is equal to 21%. Interest became this much. So the interest rate at the end of 4 years will be compounded after 4 years will be equal to 46.41%. Okay, so sum is equal to what? This much by this into 100, right? So the difference in interest whole, and in the numerator what we have is the sum difference amount and multiplied by 100 and we are left with 20,000, right? So let's see the next question, that is the problem number 4. Okay, so the difference between simple interest on a certain sum at the annual rate of 8% for 5 years and 6 years is actually 26. So this question has been asked in SSC CHSL 2023 paper. Okay, so let's see whether 325, 290, 240 or 360, which among these is the correct answer. So the difference between simple interest on a certain sum, okay, let that sum be X amount. Okay, P, that is equal to principal amount. Okay, at the annual interest rate of I is equal to 8%. T is equal to 5, T1 is equal to 5 and T2 is equal to 6. Okay, so SI is equal to what? PRT by 100 when R is given in terms of percentage. Okay, this is what we know. So in this case, what we are given is PRT1, sorry, T2 minus PRT1 by 100 by 100. Okay, because these both are in percentage, is equal to 26 is given to us. So this implies that P we can take common. Okay, so R is nothing but 8% in this case, and T is equal to, so T2 is equal to 6, 8 into 6 by 100 minus 8 into 5 by 100. This is equal to 26. So this implies that we can also write P into, so 8 into 6 is equal to 48 minus this will be 8 into 5 is equal to what? 40, right? So we can take the common out from the denominator, and since we can reciprocate it in the RHS side, what will be left with us is 2600, right? So this implies that 8P is equal to 2600. Okay, so you can see that we have converted the word problem into a simple algebraic mathematical problem, and what we'll be doing is we'll be solving this equation now. Okay, so P is equal to 2600 by 8. Okay, so this is nothing but 325 because this is 1300, right? And divided by 2 in the both the side, in the numerator and denominator, and this dividing by 2 is equal to 650, and this is 2, so this will be 325. Okay, so 325 is the correct answer here, that is option number A. This will be the correct answer. So these are all wrong answer, option C, B and D. Okay, so this was a simple problem. Okay, so let's go forward with the solution. So let the certain sum is P, so difference between them is 26. So P into 8 by 100 into 6 minus P into 8 by 100 into 5 is equal to 26 is what given to us, right? So then solving it algebraically, what we are left with is P is equal to 26 by 0.08. This is equal to nothing but 2600 by 8. So 1300 by 4, 650 by 2, so it was 325 is equal to 325 is the correct answer, right? So P is equal to 325. So let's see problem number 5. Okay, so what we can see right here is a sum of money becomes what? 3364 at a rate of 16%. Okay, compounded annually for 2 years. So the sum of money is what? So this question has been asked in SSC CHSL 2021-22 paper. Okay, whether it is 2500, 1800, 3800 or 2200, we'll see. Okay, so what we are given here is the sum of money becomes this much. Okay, so CI is equal to CI plus P is equal to what? Amount, that is equal to, we know the formula, that P into what? 1 plus R by 100 whole power T, when R is given in percentage, right? So this will be equal to what? So A is given to us, that is equal to 3364 is equal to what? P is something that we don't know. Okay, so this will be 1 plus R is given to us, that is 16, right, by 100 whole power 2, right? So this will be equal to P into 116 whole square, and okay, so this will be equal to, this imply that we can say that P is equal to 3364 whole by 116 into 116 into 10 power 4. Okay, so let's see the solution. So amount is equal to this much, so this formula is used here. Okay, so what we are left with is this much, so this will be nothing but 2500. Okay, so 2500 is the correct answer here. So option number A is the correct answer here. B, C and D, these are all wrong answers. Okay, so this is nothing but a very easy question. So this is how, just by putting it into the formula, you can evaluate the answer, that is 2500, right? So let's see problem number 6. Okay, so at a certain rate of interest compounded annually, okay, is sum amounts to 10,890 in 2 years. So T is equal to 2 and this much in 3 years. Okay. So this will be T2 and this will be T1. Okay. T1 is equal to 2 and T2 is equal to 3. Right. So the sum is what? Is it 9,000, 8,000, 8,500 or 9,500? We'll see which among these four is actually correct. So this question has been appeared in SSC CHSL 2021-2022 paper. Okay. So given that the sum amounts to, so in T2 year, T1 year, A1 is equal to 10,890, right? And in T2 year, A2 is equal to what? 11,979, right? So what we can write from here, we can also say that A1 that is equal to 10,890 is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 power 2. We can write this, right? So P is not given to us, so 1 plus, but rate is what? Rate is also not given to us. So this, let it be equation 1. And let the second one, that is in T2, that is equal to in 3 years. Okay. So the sum becomes 11,979 is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power 3, right? So let's do one thing. Okay. Let's divide equation 1 by equation 2. Okay. So 2 by 1. So this is equal to 11,979 by 10,890. Okay. So this is equal to what? 1 plus R by 100 power 1, right? So this implies that 1.1 is equal to 1 plus R by, so it will be 100. So this implies that 110 is equal to 100 plus R. So this implies that R is equal to 10. Okay. So now what we can evaluate is, we can evaluate that since R, that is the interest rate, that is the compound interest, is equal to 10% annually. Okay. So P will be equal to, so the amount will be 9,000. Okay. So how? So 10,890 by 1 plus 0.1 whole power 2, right? So this is equal to nothing but 9,000. So 9,000 will be the correct answer. Okay. So amount in 3 years is equal to this much, amount in 2 years is equal to 10,890, and interest in 1 year is equal to 1089. So I is equal to PRT by 100, right? So the answer will be 9,000. Okay. So 9,000 will be the correct answer. So let's see problem number 7. Okay. So Umesh earns a simple interest of 16,000. Okay. So what Umesh does is, he earns a simple interest of 1600 on a certain sum in 2 years. Okay. So at the interest rate of 4% interest per annum. Okay. So the interest rate per annum is 4%. So compounded annually. So how much will be the amount? So this question has been appeared in SSC MTS 2021-2022 paper. Okay, is it 64 or 20, 32 or 48? So let's see. Okay, so given that Umesh earns how much simple interest, so PRT by 100 is equal to 1600, right? Because here simple interest is given in this and the rate is in percentage, so we use this formula. Okay, so this implies that, so 1600 is equal to 2 into R is equal to 4, but P is unknown here, by 100, right? So what we can do is, this implies that P is equal to 60, okay, 2 into 4 is equal to 8, right? So this will be equal to how much? So this will be equal to 8,000, no, 2,000, right? 1,60,000 this is, so it will be 20,000. So 20,000 is the answer here. Okay. So what we are asked here is, per annum the compound interest will be how much? Okay, so let's see, for a certain principal amount S. Okay, so let the principal amount here be S, or P let it be. Okay, for 2 years. Okay, so the difference between compound and simple interest will be what? It will be S into R by 200, right? So S is equal to S or P, it will be P, right? So P is equal to 1600, R is equal to 4. Okay, so the difference will be 1600 into 4 by 200, right? So this will be equal to 32, because by cancelling these 2 here, so this will be by 2, so 16 into 2 is equal to 32, right? So 32 will be the correct answer. Okay, so 32 here is the correct answer. B is wrong, D is wrong, and A is wrong here. So let's see. So it will be what? Let's see the step-by-step solution. So simple interest for 2 years will be this much. Simple interest for 1 year will be what? 800, right? So rate of interest is equal to 4% per annum. So principal amount is what? 20,000, right? So compound interest for 2 years will be 20,000 into 104 into 104 whole by 10,000. That is equal to 20,000 minus 20,000 is equal to compound interest, because CI is equal to what? P into 1 plus R by 100 whole power T minus P, right? Because this is the formula for amount. Okay, that is 21,632 minus 20,000, and it will be 1632. So this solution has been done in the formal way, but this is what we have done in the shortcut trick. Okay, so let's see. So what we have earned more interest is 1632 minus 1600 is equal to 32. Okay, so let's see problem number 8, right? So Sunita invested 12,000 on simple interest at a rate of 10% per annum to obtain a total amount of 20,400 after certain period. Okay, so for how many years did she invest to obtain the above amount? Okay, is it 8 years, 9 years, 6 years, or 7 years? Okay, here P is equal to given as 12,000, right? And interest rate is I is equal to 10%. Okay, so obtain a total amount is equal to 20,400. Okay, after a certain period. So T is equal to unknown here. Okay, so A is equal to P plus SI, right? So this implies that 20,400 is equal to P is equal to what? 12,000 plus SI is equal to what? PRT by 100. So P is equal to 12,000 into R is equal to 10 into T is unknown here by 100, right? So cancelling these zeros out from here. So what we are left with is this will be what? 8,400 is equal to. So this will be 1200 T. So this implies that T is equal to what? 8,400 by 1200. This is equal to 7, right? Because 7 into 12 is equal to, okay, 84. So the correct answer will be 7. So this will be the correct. So these are all wrong answers, A, B, and C, right? So this question has been appeared in SSC Sub Inspector 2021-2022 paper. Okay, so let's see the step-by-step solution. So simple interest is equal to this much. Okay, so using this formula, that is PRT by 100, because R is given in percentage here. So 12,000 into 10 into T by 100 is equal to T years is equal to 7 years. Okay, so this will be the correct answer. So that's enough for today. Thank you.